Hello and welcome back. So today we'll learn about IO field. So you can find this IO field elements in element categories. So what is the use of IO field? So the IO field is used for display numeric digit or alphabetic or string. So it will display the value of variable, which is useful for, like, if you are designing the display for motor RPM, or if you want to enter something or set parameters. So that time you can use this IO field. So IO field can be work for input as well as for output, like for displaying the value or for entering the value. So we'll learn both the cases of IO field and what are the application and how to use this IO field here. So for that you have to drag and drop the IO field from the element like this. You can expand and shrink by this, and also you can decorate font color and font size, bold, italic from here, okay, directly. Now to display the value, we have to write some dummy value into our variable using PLC program. So for that we will write one program. So we already covered the topic clock frequency, so we won't repeat here. So using with the help of clock frequency, I will generate the 1 second value. So I am using M0.5 as a clock memory, which is 1 Hz. So every 1 second I will get a value. And this is my supply bit, or I can say I will take output of M2.0. Okay. Now when my 2.01, then every 1 second I want to increment one value. So I will use add instruction here, and I will use memory word MW5 for MW4. So this is my memory word which will hold the counter value, and I will increment this value by 1. So every 1 second my MW4 will get incremented, and we will display this MW4 in our SCADA screen. So rename the tag, and I am assigning the name for this MW4, which is my counter value. Okay. Now we'll go back to screen, and we'll go back to the HMI tag table from here, and one assign variable called counter value, and the address MW4 percentage MW4, and data type for this is MW call word. Okay, word or integer. Now I'll set 1 ms for acquisition cycle. Now we have created tag. Now we'll assign this tag to our IO field. So IO field can get the value from tag. So go to the property. In general, it's asking for the process tag. So we'll assign the process tag called counter value. Now here you can see that you can set the format, whether it's decimal, date and time, hexadecimal, time or string. So this is our decimal. is there any decimal places are there or not? So there is no decimal places are there because we are using integer value, integer having no decimal places. Format pattern, like how much number is big, because integer having the maximum is 3 to 6 4 5, so we can use 9999999 up to 5 digit. Now whether you are using for input or output, so I am using for output, or you can use input output or input. So sometime some variable, take an example like in your SCADA screen, some variables, some parameters are only for the visible purpose. User or operator cannot edit those parameters, so that time you can use as a output. But if it is a settable parameter, then that time you will use input as a input. And sometime it can be visible, it can be readable, or it can be writable, so that time you will use input output. So right now I'll use output, and after that I'll use as an input. So I can give you idea like how we can use this as an input or output. So right now, as of now, I am using only as an output. Appearance, you can change the color, background color, or whatever, like as per the designing skill. And here the one of the most important is unit. You can set here, like whether it is a Celsius or take as a RPM. Okay, this is my RPM. So see, the unit will display here. No need to write separate text for the RPM. There is a font layout, like how you want to, you can assign the flashing limit also. So when limit violate, it will get flashed. You can assign the securities. Okay, so we'll see this in the next session. Right now we will understand the application of RPM. Now application of the IO field. Now we will download our program in our PLC simulator. Okay, we will download hardware part also, because we are using clock frequency, and clock frequency need require hardware to be downloaded. Now everything has been downloaded. Now once I will press this button, see, now it started counting. Okay, the value has been started counting, and we'll see in our screen whether it is getting incremented or not. So this value is getting incremented, and we can see the RPM is getting displayed. The value is not updating every second, because we have to modify the program with the help of edge trigger, because the add instruction only should get triggered by edges, otherwise it will randomly updating the value multiple times. So every scan cycle it should be trigger. For that we have to use positive and negative trigger. We will see those instructions in the later part, but right now the main fundamental of this IO field is to display the number. Now we'll see the another case of this IO field for writing purpose. So I am taking another IO field by copy pasting, and I will assign the tags like this is for readable and this is for writable. So we are taking example of writable is equal to readable. Means whatever I am writing in this IO field writable, it will replicate in readable. Okay, like this. So whatever I am writing in the writable field, it will be displayed in the readable field. So for that we'll program one move instruction, because we have to process those data in the backend. So for that I will use move instruction to transfer those data in the variable. So this is my writable memory word, which is called MW6 and MW8 for my readable purpose. Rename this. This is the readable. This is the writable, and this is the readable. Now I have two variable. I have to assign in the IO tags of the SCADA also. So this is the readable, and writable. So readable having the value, the writable is MW6. So writable is MW6 and readable is MW8. Now in the screen I will assign those variable in this field. So for the readable I am assigning the readable, and for the writable I am assigning the writable. But type mode should be input for the writable and readable, output for the readable. Now we will compile everything and download PLC program in our PLC simulator. Okay. Now we will start our SCADA screen. Now see, I am not getting any access for writing here in readable, but I can able to write in the writable. So if I am writing 10, so that value will be displayed in readable. So I am writing parameter 50, so it will be displayed in 50, but I won't able to write in readable because the type of this IO field is in output for the readable and output for the writable. So that's why I am not able to write in the readable, but I can able to write in writable. So this is all about IO field. In the next session we'll learn another element. So thank you and goodbye.